Ciao, this is Davide Biocchi speaking, and this is my weekly intermarket analysis. Let's start as usual with the euro dollar that, as we can see here in front of us, is now in a sideway, probably waiting for the decision that can come, let's say, during this week from the ECB and then within 2 weeks from the Federal Reserve. Also, Mr. Powell will have a speech in front of the Congress, so it will be very important and relevant to look at it. It has obviously an impact also on commodities, and let's start with the WTI, so the crude oil. What did the crude oil do? Well, it went above the price of 80 and closed the triangle that was effective recently. So let's see here, we have a very interesting triangle that work like this, okay, and this was, let's say, the other part, and right now we can see that the market is moving through this level. Very interesting situation that can bring the price even to the level of 83, 84 dollars per barrel, but let's see what is going to happen. Very, very interesting. My favorite asset for the next week, for this week, is the gold. So what did the gold do? It was moving in between $100, 2,000 to 2,100, and recently the market is moving and is trying to break this level here. So will it be reality? I think that in that case, the previous all-time high at 2,150 will be soon, let's say, overtaken. So the market will go above it very soon. Otherwise, I think that this channel, this horizontal channel, can continue to work. Let's switch after that to the Treasury long term. In my opinion, this is a quite interesting asset that we must have a look at. Exactly the moment we will know the central banks are going to cut the rates. Probably this, let's say, more than this ETF on treasuries that are 20 years or older will explode, in my opinion, because it's really interesting. The market will move up. This is a support where the market can do some test, but it can move up really in an interesting way. So that's really interesting. Let's switch to the European stock indices, and we have to testify again that we have the Euro Stock 50 around the price of 4,900. It's a rounded price, not so far from 5,000. That is the target in a row, and the market is moving quite the same way it was before. So sometimes the market needs to pose for some flags. So maybe we can have a flag here and then do the final attempt to try to test 5,000. Very similar is what happened on the DAX, despite the fact the DAX was already testing the previous historical high. So it's not so strong right now, but it's very close to the price of 18,000, that even here will represent a target that we can assume as a rounded price. Very relevant, very important. For what concerning rounded price, well, the Nasdaq is now above the price of 18,000, moving really, it's really strong. So money and the money flow were back on the technology stocks, and so the Nasdaq was able to do this. And especially some stocks like Nvidia are very interesting. But also the S&P 500 did very well. The market is moving right now quite above a level of 5,000 that we can assume as a, let's say, milestone in the market. So we will have in the future a story below 5,000, exactly as we have a story above 5,000 right now. So this can assume, let's say, this price can be considered like a milestone that if the market will go below, maybe it can accelerate going down, or it can work as a support. It's a rounded price, also psychological, so it will be really relevant to look at. Well, this is enough for this week. Thank you very much for being here with me. This is Davide Biocchi from Italy. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.